Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting, for subscribing. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys are sending my way. As you guys can see, my background has changed again. The yoga hall that I was recording at earlier is usually busy in the mornings now, so I moved to a different one. It's beautiful here. I'm surrounded by forest, as you can see, and you can hear the musical birds in the background, and there's a brook right underneath this yoga hall, which is I just love. I'm so grateful to have this space. So I hope that the background noise is not too disturbing. Just think of it as soothing noises, okay? Okay, so in this video, I want to speak to you guys about INFJs and music. A lot of you, it's surprising how many of you have messaged me asking me to speak about how INFJs have this bond with music. They love music. And we feel like music sometimes, because we have such a hard time describing ourselves or describing our emotions or talking about ourselves or just having a conversation in general. A lot of times I'll be sitting with someone and I'm literally on pins and needles because I have no idea how to communicate with this person. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I don't know what to say to this person. I am so confused. How do I communicate with them? How do I talk to them? How do I behave like a normal human being in this situation? And so a lot of times we are so confused. Obviously, me doing these videos has been a great help because it gives me practice at speaking about my emotions, talking about what's going on with me. And that really helps me because I through these videos, I'm understanding myself and also understanding how to live in this normal, real world, right? Instead of spending a lot of time in my head. But a lot of times we have a hard time communicating about ourselves, telling people what's going on with us. We have a hard time talking to people. We have a hard time explaining ourselves to people. We don't know how to explain ourselves. So many of you message me saying, how do you talk about yourself so easily? How can you explain this so easily? When I try to do it, it's really hard for me. And I get it. I understand. When I was younger, oh my God, I would be sitting there tongue-tied because I'd have no idea how to explain to my partner what I was feeling exactly. And they would look at me like, just say it already. And I was thinking to myself, I wish I could. I have no idea how to explain myself to you, right? And so that is a thing that we have as INFJs. It's one of our Achilles heels, I guess. It's one of our weak points. We have a lot of strong points. That's one of our weak points. We don't know how to talk about ourselves, about our feelings, about our emotions, about what's going on with us, about, in general, about world in general. Like, I don't know how to speak to people sometimes. I'll be sitting there and I'll be quiet and people will be like, you're so quiet today. And I'm like, well, just because I have no idea how to talk to you right now in this specific moment, right? And so I've noticed that a lot of you message me saying that music has been one of those things for you. Music specifically, not movies, not anything else, but music specifically has been that bond, that thing that attaches you to the real world. Because a lot of times what music helps us do as INFJs, as human beings in general, is that it helps us communicate what's going on inside of us in words that we cannot find ourselves, right? So we're looking and searching for words and we really want to communicate something to someone else. We want to tell them that we love them, or we want to tell them what's going on with us, that we're feeling upset or we're feeling angry or we're feeling whatever it might be. But because words are hard for us as INFJs, that's why I love writing, because it's so much easier for me to write than speak. Every single time I have a conversation with my parents, I wish I could just have like a text message conversation with them rather than a face-to-face, because a lot of times I have no idea how to talk to them. I want to tell them some things, but when I say it out loud, it comes out completely wrong. And so that's when we always end up having a fight. And I wish at that point I could be like, okay, let's just step back. I'm going to text you all the stuff that I'm feeling rather than talk to you about it, right? I wish we could do that, but we can't. And so a lot of times we use music in order to communicate what's going on with us. Now, a lot of this communication doesn't have to be on the outside with the outside world. It can be just with us. A lot of times for myself, just to talk to myself, I have no idea how to say the words that I want to say, I don't know how to say what's going on with me. I want to talk to myself and tell myself, okay, Shikha, everything's going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing. You're on the right path. But for myself, I have a hard time finding those words to talk to even myself, right? That's when music comes in. That's when I'll just put on a piece of music that I love, a piece of music that really speaks to me, a piece of music that really inspires me, motivates me, gets me going, and I'll put it in the background, or I'll sing along to it, and in an instant, almost instantaneously, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I'm connected to the world. I feel grounded. I feel like I have been able to say what I wanted to say to myself or to the world around me. Now, a lot of times we can't really use this in the real world because you can't just go to a person and say, okay, I can't really tell you what I'm feeling, but this is a piece of music that'll explain to you what I'm feeling. I wish we could do that. Can we do that, really? Do you think we could? Anyways, maybe with a partner you could. You could be like, well, I don't know. I really am feeling something, but I don't know how to explain it. Can you just listen to this music, and that'll explain to you what I'm feeling? But people don't look at music the way we do either, right? So if we gave someone a piece of music, for us it means all of these random things. It has all these different connotations, this permutations, it has all this deeper meaning to it. All of these life experiences are attached to it. We listened to it for the first time when we were 12, and from the first time we listened to it, it kind of meant something to us, right? So we're attaching all of these deeper meanings to music. But for this individual that you're sending this piece of music to, it has no connotations, it has no underlying meaning, it has no deeper meanings. For them, it's complete nonsense, right? So in that regard, a lot of times there's a miscommunication as well because they don't understand what we're trying to say. So a lot of times in music, as music has been for us, it has been a source of solace, it has been a source of peace. We use it to understand ourselves better. We use it to pump ourselves up. We use it to make ourselves feel better. We use it to understand ourselves better. A lot of times when I'm sitting down and I'm feeling sad, sometimes I don't know that I'm feeling sad. It's such a weird thing being an INFJ because I'll be sitting there and I can understand your emotions really well. I understand you and I understand where you're coming from. But for myself, I have no idea. I think I'm feeling sad. I don't know why I'm feeling sad. What's going on in me? I have no idea. In that moment, what I do is I choose a piece of music. And depending on my choice, if I choose a sad piece of music, then I realize, oh, I'm feeling sad. That's why I want to listen to a sad piece of music. If I pick a really happy, exuberant, cheery piece of music, that means I'm feeling happy. So a lot of times, music also helps us figure out what's going on with us internally, right? Because a lot of times we are completely clueless. A lot of people message me and say, how can you be so clueless about things? We are. We just are. We're clueless about ourselves. We have no idea what's going on with us. No idea at all. The older I get, the better I am in figuring out what's going on with me. For example, a few days ago, I did, these videos, and it's been a couple of days since I've done them, and I was thinking to myself, something's missing. I feel like something's missing. What's missing? I don't understand. What's going on? I'm doing everything, blah, blah. And then I realized I missed doing these videos. I've not done them for a few days, and I was missing doing them, right? And so I caught back to it today, and I'm feeling so happy that I'm back at it. So that was what was missing for me. So little by little, I am understanding myself better. And so if you are a younger INFJ, I do empathize with you. I understand the difficulty you're going through. But little by little, you will understand yourself better. And so you'll be able to understand what's going on with you better. You'll be able to communicate that better to the other people around you. It never gets perfect for sure, and music is always going to be a part of our life. But music is really one of those things that an INFJ really uses in order to connect with the real world. A lot of times, when I feel like I want to isolate myself from the real world, I'll use music. I'll put my headphones on, I'll put on a piece of music that I love, that I've listened to a billion times with my obsessive personality, and that's it. And I'll disconnect from the real world, but still feel connected to it because I'm listening to a piece of music by a human being, right? A lot of times I'm listening to techno music, which is just like machines making music, but still I feel connected to it because sometimes there's a human voice in there, or I feel a connection to humanity because it's made by humanity, right? Music is made by humanity to connect to humanity. So that's why I think music is so important to us. I think it helps us understand ourselves. It helps us understand the world. It helps us communicate ourselves to the world. And so I feel like music is a very integral part of an INFJ's personality and lifestyle. But I have noticed this about myself, and if you notice this about yourself, then you know that you are in imbalance. Those days, those weeks, those months when I completely shut myself off from music, I'm not listening to any music at all. Whenever I want to listen to music, I feel icky about it. I want to listen to music, but I don't know what to listen to. Those days, it actually extends to a bunch of days, sometimes a week on end or a month sometimes. When I'm doing that to myself, it means that I'm in imbalance. That's actually a huge sign for INFJs that they're in imbalance if they're not listening to music. Those days that I don't listen to music, or those weeks that I end up not listening to music for a long period of time, either I'm spending way too much time working and not enough time taking care of myself, because listening to music is a way INFJs take care of themselves. It's a self-pampering technique. Again, it's a very good tip for you to keep that in mind next time you want to take care of yourself. Just listen to a piece of music that you love. Just put it on, dance to it or move to it or sway to it, and or just listen to it, and you will take care of yourself that way. It's really important that we do that. So if we're not doing that and you realize you're not doing it, realize that you're pushing yourself too hard, you're not taking care of yourself, and come back to yourself by putting on a piece of music that you love and reconnecting with yourself. It's really important that we realize that this is actually a warning sign. If you stop listening to music, or if you're not able to listen to music, or if you feel like you're wasting your time listening to music. I was told a lot when I was younger, stop wasting your time listening to music. So I stopped listening to music, and I realized it really put me in imbalance. I really missed it a lot. And so now, every morning, when I'm taking a shower, I'll put on a piece of music that I love, and I'll sing along to it. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, it's really important that we do that for ourselves, to ourselves. Makes sense? I hope it does. I know I jumped around a lot in this topic because there's so much I wanted to speak about, but I don't want to kind of do 15, 20-minute videos. It's already 11 minutes. So I hope it does make sense. If you guys have any questions at all, I know you're mostly INFJs listening to this, so I know you can keep up with my random moving around from topic to topic. If you guys have any questions, obviously, please message me anytime. If you guys have any things that you want me to expand upon, let me know. Thank you so much for listening to my channel. Thank you for listening to this video. If you guys have any feedback, let me know. And I'll see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.